Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin in Tucson, Arizona. Thanks for being here today, where we're going to talk about the fifth and final issue of fractional notes put out by the U.S. government from 1874 to 1876, and it is a very subdued release compared to what we saw throughout the rest of the series, where you had variety and variety and variety from different styles and types to three notes only, the 10 cent, 25 cent, and 50 cent, with very limited variety and some very happy faces. I don't know why he wants me to say, hello, Kermit the Frog. He kind of has a frog face, but you have different varieties on the seal with the size of the overall key length. That is a major variety on these, but there's not much of a major variety. You've got your 10 cent, 25 cent, and 50 cent. So this has the fewest number of bank notes issued as far as variety goes. They were all slightly different in size, as you can see here, and there was nothing real fancy about them. In general, being issued from 1874 to 1876, these banknotes were traveling alongside of many, many coins. And so one of the reasons that the fractional currency began in the Civil War was because a shortage of specie, or that is to say, coinage or gold and silver. Sorry, Mr. Meredith, I didn't mean to interrupt there. Here we go. Once again, like most banknotes, you have a variety of legalese printed on the back. Here we go, that this note is exchangeable. Once again, in sums not less than $3. Not less than $3, folks. That's the same legalese on the previous series. And you'll see they had a lot of these fibers built right into the paper. And what's fun about this oftentimes is you can actually see sometimes the fiber just kind of coming out the edge. So this was a counterfeiting method that's not old. Notes hundreds of years older than this exist with something kind of similar in mind. The colonial banknotes that are 100 years preceding this oftentimes would have mica or some other form of natural element put inside of them. These are the most affordable of all the banknotes in this series because you see them most frequently. They made plenty of them, and there's a lot to be found out there. Average condition notes can be anywhere from about $10 to $30. Nicer notes might be, $50 to $100 type notes, like these notes I'd grade uncirculated. So a very good example is always going to cost you a little bit more in the collector world. Nice little 25 cent design. Robert Walker. A little bit of a Silence of the Lambs vibe right there, huh? I know I ruined history for some of you guys who really take it all very seriously. I actually really like history also. Just kind of like having fun. So once again, you've got your 25 cent design here. Lots of the elements of all of those fibers that you've seen. And then over here you have, way off to the side again, the same thing, but just completely different font and format. And then last but not least, we've got the Bob Hope note here. This is actually not Bob Hope. This is a William Crawford. And you've got some nice little work in here. Look at all the U.S. fractional currency $half work on this note. That's very cool. Very well done. I always like stuff like that. You think about micro printing today, and then you think about, 150 years ago, you don't even notice that stuff hardly when you glance at the note. And then when you look it up close, you're like, oh, look at that. Look at all that going on in there. So super cool stuff. And for those of you who specialize in this, you can always drop some knowledge for us. We'd appreciate it as always. And this was the end of fractional currency. That's it, and this is the end of this video. Thanks so much for being here today, guys. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.